Hello. In this video, Stitch and I are going to talk a little bit and demonstrate some points regarding if a dog is beginning the gentle method or if they're having some resistance or pushback to having the noseband on. In this video specifically, I'm going to be going over if we are standing up or if we are in motion with the dog. This is after we've put the noseband on, we've got them acclimated to it there, and then we've stood up to begin our practice. We want to be sure that when we begin, we do a lot of work. If the dog is having a struggle with the noseband, that we do work there first while we're down on the dog's level, and we don't just quickly get it on and stand up and get moving. That will potentially create more pushback from the dog while we're moving, because it's another added layer to what's going on, and we're not giving them time to sit in the feeling of the noseband, to get acclimated to it, to potentially change their relationship with the tool and begin to develop more trust between both the human and the dog with this tool. So once that has checked out and we're standing up and we're moving with the dog, it is common for a dog that is new with the noseband, maybe you're changing their relationship with the noseband, for them to have moments where they may want to take the noseband off. And in these moments, what we want to do with the dog is, so if we're moving with them, and they go for the noseband, we will do what we do when we're also giving praise during the gentle method. There's a video on this as well to demonstrate. But what we're going to do is we're going to switch hands. So right now, you may see that, I'm in position. I'm going to take my opposite hand, and it's going to take the place of the hand that's guiding the dog, that's holding the hand placement in the box, the hand that the dog is on the side of. So we're going to switch hands, and with this free hand, we're going to go underneath the dog's snout and face to support their head there. So we're walking, and then the dog begins to want to go for the noseband. We will switch hands and go down to support the dog's nose. Let them have their moment if they need to. We're just going to hold steady here and holding the lead with the other hand. So what we don't want to do is we're walking and we drop the lead, or we create a lot of slack in the lead to go down because maybe the dog's foot gets caught in the lead. Maybe the stopper is positioned too high and they're able to get the lead off. It just creates more potential room for error. So we're in our hand placement, switch hands, and go down to support the dog under their face, under their snout. Hand placement stays true with this hand. Once the dog has finished with their little meltdown, their little moment, then we can release and get back into our normal hand position. We're not reaching down to give them praise. When a dog is having a moment of struggle with the noseband, we don't want to be down here supporting them and then go in and give them some praise, because when we're praising a dog, we're reinforcing their state of mind, and we don't want to reinforce their resistance to trusting the tool and to us. We just want to go down, support them. They have their moment. When they're finished, we release, get back into position, and we're off again. Another thing that can be helpful is when we're moving in the gentle method, this is another reason why maintaining the box, the 1 to 2 inches of freedom on the lead, is important. So when we're moving in the box, if the dog, so sometimes they want to come up and take the noseband off, other times they may want to just smash their face into the ground. If we're maintaining our hand placement, the dog will hit the bottom of the box. Let's say if they want to smash their head into the ground, they'll hit the bottom of the box and they'll feel our communication on the lead because we're maintaining the box. However, if the dog's head goes towards the ground to rub their face on the ground and we give them slack on the lead, Stitch isn't going to do it, but we give them that slack, they're all of a sudden on the ground, rolling around on their back. And so if we're conscious of our hand placement on the lead, this can mitigate this happening from the dog getting their head down on the ground to more easily go for the noseband or get their head all the way to the ground and start like rubbing it on the ground, on the grass, and all of a sudden they're on their back and it's this whole thing. So we want to take note and watch our hand placement when we are working with a new dog, beginning a new exercise, beginning the Jentle method, beginning using the noseband for the first time, being really intentional with our hand placement on the lead. And if the dog is going for the noseband consistently, we want to be sure that we slow down. So maybe take one step. We take one step with the dog, and then we stop. Maybe we take another step with the dog and we stop. What we want to do is stop before the dog has a moment where they want to get the noseband off. So instead of maybe doing a full circle and then the dog goes for the noseband and then we go to support them, and this becomes a habit, if this is looking like it's the case, break it down. And even just beginning, we want to break it down. Take a step, and then stop. Take a moment with the dog. Take another step, stop. Take a moment. Maybe take 3 or 4 steps if the dog is not resisting the noseband and that's something that it was challenging for them. Stop and maybe give them some praise. Because we want for this feeling of the noseband to be good and soothing to them and not have it be something that causes them to feel stress or to feel confined or to feel like they need to get out of. So slowing this process down can be really helpful if there's a dog, if you're working with a dog or you have a dog in your care that has a tendency to want to go for the noseband. Or maybe when we're down on the ground putting the noseband on, there's quite a lot going on with that dog. That can be a good tell for us that we may need to take it slower when we do progress into moving into step 1. To give the dog more success and also to give them more time to process what's going on, besides just standing up and stepping off. And there's just a lot of moving parts that can cause stress in a dog, for them to become flustered, and for them to potentially want to go for the noseband. Another thing that we will advise people is if they are working with a dog that is needing support while they're wanting to go for the noseband, is let's say Stitch went for the noseband. I'm going to go down and support him, but I am not going to create tension on the lead. There can be a tendency for people to, when a dog goes for the noseband, to pull up on the lead and create more tension. This may be, I don't know, something like a fear of the dog getting the noseband off. I'm not quite sure why, but if we're going down to support a dog, we want to be there with the lead. Again, not just like totally dropping it to be down with the dog. So we want to be maintaining the box here, but I'm not going to be pulling up and creating more tension on the lead. If you think about it, the dog is they're already communicating their distrust, their dislike, their discomfort, their uneasiness, their confusion, their just what is this thing on my face? They're already exuding a behavior like that towards the noseband of get this pressure off. And so we don't want to create more pressure if a dog is already feeling that sensation. Because then what would we be saying to them? Okay, when you don't like this sensation and this pressure, I'm going to create more of it. So that's something we want to avoid doing. And instead, if the dog is going for the noseband, maintain the box. So we're pretty much communicating there. Nothing's going to change with our communication. We're not going to give to your little fit. We're also not going to increase the tension and maybe say stop it through that communication of pulling up on the lead. We're maintaining the same neutral energy, and then all we're saying is I'm just going to be here to support you, let you have your moment. Okay, your moment's over. Great. All right, we're back to it. We're not going to add more in here. We're just saying, I'm here to support you. I'm going to maintain the communication on the lead. When the dog's finished with their little moment, I'm going to get back into position and we're going to carry on. So it's not this, we're not charging the communication with more. We're maintaining our lead communication and we're just going down and supporting the dog's head. So those are some tips if we have progressed through putting the noseband on a dog and we're to a point where we're moving in step 1 with them, and there may be some work and some trust that we need to build here in step 1 to bring that peace and familiarity and trust and good vibes to having the noseband on. Those are some tips for working within the Jentle method in this way. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you.